Fall is here, and with it we are going to look at some of the perennials that you can add to your garden that are going to be dynamite and give you really good fall interest. So the first one we're going to look at is this sedum right here. It's a traditional tall autumn stone crop. The variety is Midnight Velvet in the Proven Winners Rock and Grow collection. So hardy all the way up to zone 3. Most of the year it has really nice dark foliage. You can see we're past bloom, and all that we have left is this really nice coverage of dark red seed heads. So if you're looking for a little bit of that moody color to give you those fall vibes, Sedum Rock and Grow Midnight Velvet, great one to pick. This is a yellow prairie grass, or Sorghastrum nutans. The variety is Golden Sunset. Came to us from the University of Minnesota. It has a really nice upright columnar habit. You can see it's kind of got those wheat-like seed heads. So if you're looking for a perennial that you're going to be able to take some cuts off of and kind of give you that nice kind of dried seed head fall color for centerpieces or to decorate your porch, then this is a really good grass for that. So the reason that this perennial might actually be kind of one of those fall interests, you can see here we are end of the year and it's all holding together. Some of these pictures will actually stay up like this through winter, so you get a little bit of winter interest from this perennial as well. But it has that nice kind of autumn color to the top of each one of the pictures, so you do have some of those nice colors as well. So here we have another North American native grass. This is a Schizachyrium scoparium, or a little blue stem. The variety is Brush Strokes in the Prairie Winds collection from Proven Winners. Brush Strokes, you can probably guess the name because it looks a little bit like the top of a paintbrush. Really good garden movement with this one. When you get some of those breezes coming through, the way that the plant just moves, really excellent for adding that texture and garden movement. Little blue stems, so named for the bluish color that is prominent on the stems most of the year. Here we are in fall, starting to turn, so it's going to take on more of a wine purple color, or kind of in the middle of the transition, so it's going to get even darker as we go through these fall months. Nice thing about Brush Strokes is it has this really nice skirt of basal foliage that helps it with bulking up, but also protecting that crown over winter. So if you're looking for a perennial that's going to give you that fall interest, but also some winter interest as well if you leave it standing, then Brush Strokes is a great one to consider. And here we have Amsonia String Theory. So String Theory named for that thready foliage. You can see the color on it is just starting to turn. So this is going to be one of your earliest perennials to emerge in spring. It's going to have a lot of star-shaped blue flowers. Common name is blue star on this particular genus. And then throughout the summer, you're going to have beautiful green foliage, that thready foliage. Really good garden movement with this perennial as you get those winds coming through the year. And now in fall, this is going to be one of your latest perennials to perform as well, as that green foliage takes on some really nice golden yellow hues to give you those fall vibes. This one also is going to be ranked very highly for deer and rabbit resistance. If you crack one of the stems, you'll notice that a little bit of a milky sap comes out, similar to a milkweed. So if you're looking for one of those fall perennials, one of those perennials that's going to be around all season and not get touched or bothered by animals, then Amsonia String Theory is definitely one you want to add to your list. And here's a good one if you've got one of those hot, dry garden spaces that you're looking for something that's going to be a really nice, sturdy performer. We have a Russian sage. This is Sage Advice, Perovskia atriplycifolia, hardy all the way up to zone 4. Really nice silvery color. You can see we're past bloom and into the calyx stage, but this perennial is really good at holding those calyxes, holding that kind of lavender, silver lavender color to it, and it'll look like this for a few more months yet. This will be one of your last perennials to go dormant. And here we have Anemone Fall in Love Sweetly. This is a Japanese anemone. They are one of those later ones to bloom. This plant has actually been blooming for over a month for us now. It's really holding on quite nicely. Has a very restrained habit, so it's not one of those very aggressive spreading varieties. This one has slowly filled this space, and now it comes up in spring as a really nice carpet of foliage, really good weed suppression before in those later months coming into flower and blooming like this. So if you're looking for a perennial that's going to flower and give you a lot of color, then Japanese anemone Fall in Love Sweetly, definitely one to check out. And now a couple shade options. We'll start with one that has really good deer resistance to it as well. This is Dryopteris Brilliance is the variety. Autumn fern is the common name. Autumn fern, very appropriate because it holds up incredibly well through these cold months, very hardy up to zone 3. And this one in particular has a really nice bronzing to the foliage, so it has some of those orange tones. So when fall does come around, it's not going dormant. It just looks like it's really embraced the season. So that's Dryopteris Brilliance. I can't believe we saved this one for last. It might be my favorite perennial on the whole list. This is Astilbe, Dark Side of the Moon. So if you have it in full sun, you're going to need to keep it pretty well watered to keep it looking like this. But here it is. It gets a little bit of shade, a little bit of protection, so it's held up very nicely. You can see the really cool seed heads that it has. Those make a great cut flower either when they're in bloom or as a seed head for that fall decor. The black foliage has some real Halloween vibes if you want to embrace that. But overall, just going to be a really great perennial to help you finish out your garden through the year. Hopefully you found one worthy of your garden.